relationships, fashion, trends, and all things topical. She is the content queen.
Facebook, YouTube, Twitter.
Time to find out what Kristi's blogging about on Fly 92.3.
Times Union, timesunion.com. The blog is on the edge. The woman is Kristi Gustafson Barlette. Good morning, Kristi. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm great, thank you. And congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Being a dad, that's awesome.
So good. I need tips. I need help. So anything that you can throw my way, I would greatly appreciate.
Oh, you don't want to say that. You'll be getting a text message from me every day.
Yeah,
baby B, baby C, they got to meet.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Thank you very much, Kristi. I appreciate it.
Definitely. Well, but today we're talking about something a little bit different. A guy out of Alabama decided that he was single and looking and dating just wasn't going his way. So he created a website and a cash incentive to find him a girlfriend.
Now, does this sound creepy to you guys? Like, does this sound desperate, or is it just like, okay, well, you know what, the guy's doing what he's got to do?
You know, yesterday when we were talking about the idea, I thought, oh gosh, this is so weird. Who would go to those extremes? And this is just, it's icky. But then I read more about it, and we were also, I posted to Facebook, and readers and listeners were talking about it. And they said, is it really any different than than using a matchmaker? And also, when you get to know, I'm using air quotes, but when you read about this guy and learn more about him, he doesn't sound creepy. He actually sounds kind of fabulous.
All right, his name is Ren You, Renyu, and if you go to the website, if you have a friend that's single, you can get $10,000 for setting him up. But I guess
it takes a little bit though.
Right, the relationship's got to last 6 months. And what's the website again? It's dateren.com.
Yeah, dateren.com.
And so, what is it about him that you guys? What is it about him that you like, or like the qualities about him that make you think like if you had a friend that was single, you would throw her out there to him?
Well, the thing that caught me right away is he's a great writer, and of course, I love when people can use their words well.
Well, he's a Harvard MBA too, right?
Yeah, but those two things don't necessarily go together. You can be really smart and not be a great writer, or you can be a great writer and not as smart.
Yeah, I think typically, like, if you go to Harvard, you're probably good at just about everything.
Right. But he's got like the witty writing down. That's the thing. I don't know. He sounds witty and
he
funny.
charmed the little pants right off you, didn't he?
That,
I know. I'm impressed by that.
And then he's got great abs.
Yeah, he does. He's definitely fit.
He is fit, and he likes adventure.
He likes adventure, and he's hugging a tiger in one of his pictures. How can you not fall for a dude hugging a tiger?
That sold me. I'm like, who can I set him up
with?
with?
Who gets to hug a tiger? Like, what is that? I mean, what kind of a lifestyle, or like, who are you? Who hugs tigers? Like, where do you have to go to do that?
This guy.
This guy, Ren does, guys. Ren hugs.
Oh my God, and the tiger's into it too. Like the tiger's
loving him. Like the tiger doesn't want to eat him. The tiger wants to snuggle him. That's how awesome this guy is.
If the tiger loves Ren, I love Ren.
But he's too short for you, though, right? He's 5'9", so that's a problem.
He's 5'9", which I think means he's probably 5'7" and a half, 5'8". Which even 5'9" is too short.
All right, well, it sounds like he's got some money. He's got a Harvard MBA. He's definitely well-traveled. He's intelligent. He's funny. Why do you think this guy's been dateless and, / desperate enough to have to pay somebody to date him?
Well, the thing is, too, he's only 29, which is really not that old to be single. But I think one of the things he says is he works 12 hours a day and he's in a new city. So you put those two things together. In a new city, he may not have as many friends to either set him up with other friends or to go out with. And also, when you're working 12 hours a day, as he says on here, I don't want to go out to a bar afterward and, cross my fingers and hope a connection happens. Basically, after 12 hours a day, he's ready to go home. But as somebody said on Facebook, Peter Bowden said, well, if you're working 12 hours a day and you don't have time to find a girlfriend, how will you ever have time to date?
Yeah, that's true, and spend the time to get to know that person. And 6 months is a very long time in order to get that cash prize.
Right. Yeah, it's got to last. So what were some of your reader comments? Were your readers into this?
I think they also helped sway me because almost all of them thought it was totally fine. They actually thought it was a good idea. Sarah Plant said, like I said earlier, it's no different than a matchmaker. People said, he seems normal and funny and smart and attractive. But then she also said, which makes me think he does something weird, like keep all his toenail clippings in a jar in his closet.
Oh, no.
Would
that be so bad after $10,000?
I liked one of your readers, this guy Marlon. He's like $10,000 for 6 months. That is not enough money. I can make that at Burger King.
That's great. Producer Jess and I were talking about it yesterday in the office, and she said that the only thing that like if I set producer Jess, just hypothetically, set her up with him, and I wanted the $10,000, I'm like, just stick with him for 6 months. We'll split it when you're done. You don't have to stay in the relationship. She brought up a good point. You know, he holds all the cards in this relationship, so he kind of decides whether or not he's going to drop you. So you have to also decide if it's okay if he has total control of the relationship.
Well,
so
you could get to 5.5 months and he could say, we're done.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, if he really liked you, would he do that? Because at that point, if you're going to find a lifetime of love, would you give it up just so you didn't have to, give away $10,000?
I don't know. That's kind of risky to me.
Yeah.
If you're really, and if you're all in, who's to say that she's not completely all
I know,
in?
but
she's just trying to split the money with her friend.
I think it's almost riskier for him.
Yeah, but I think that you guys are overanalyzing it. I think you're spending too much time on the risk or whatever, because the fact is you may get 10,000, you may not. But keep in mind, I mean, we've all set our friends up with people, probably in situations that were destined to fail, with zero reward for us whatsoever, except losing a friend.
Right, that's a great point.
And we've done that for nothing,
People set people up because they just think, I have a single girlfriend, I have a single guy friend, I'm going to put them together, and don't really think about compatibility. He lays it out here. He tells you what he likes and what he thinks, you should be about, including you need to know the difference between astronomy and astrology.
It's not asking too much. It's dateren.com. You can make a quick 10 Gs if the relationship lasts. We'll take some calls at 476-9200 if you want to talk about some disasters that maybe you've set your friends up with other people. Quickly, has that ever happened to you, Kristi? Have you ever tried to set somebody up, or has any of your friends tried to set you up with somebody and it just didn't go well?
Not really, not that I can think of, but right now I want to have a single girlfriend to set up with Ren.
Right, because you just want to hang out with Ren and hug tigers, don't you?
Hug tigers with Ren.
I just want to hug tigers.
You want to hug tigers?
Ren doesn't have to be there.
Kristi, thank you. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, bye, guys.
All right, so good.